guys, welcome back to the Octagon Channel. As always, we'll be bringing you the biggest news from the fight world. Tune in and enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with all the latest, and here we are.
Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go!
After 3 years, Cain Velasquez has officially received his penalty following his initial arrest back in 2022. On Monday, the former UFC heavyweight champion was sentenced to 5 years in prison, minus time served, after pleading no contest variety of charges, including attempted murder, stemming from an incident in February 2022. Velasquez went on an 11-mile high-speed chase pursuing a car containing Harry Goularte, a man accused of molesting the fighter's son at a daycare owned by his mother, firing several rounds from a .40 caliber at the vehicle, striking Goularte's stepfather Paul Bender in the arm. Judge Arthur Bocanegra handed down the sentence to Velasquez, who gets credit for 1,283 days served, including his time behind bars and house arrest, meaning the 42-year-old is slated to spend less than 2 years in prison.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Ilia Topuria has a new nickname. Topuria, who is vacating his UFC featherweight title to move up to the lightweight division, teased this past week that he would enter the Octagon for his next fight with a new identity, after being nicknamed El Matador throughout his fighting career. Fans didn't have to wait long to get the new nickname, as Topuria revealed he'll be going by La Leyenda, which translates to the legend, moving forward at a ceremony in Toledo, Spain on Tuesday. Topuria is getting a street named after him called Paseo Ilia Topuria, according to Mundo Deportivo.
El Matador is something that has accompanied me throughout my entire sporting career, throughout my entire trajectory. And it's something that's led me to the new nickname. It's always what I say, you need to believe. You need to see to believe. I believe it first and then I see it. So the nickname that will accompany me in my next fights is going to be La Leyenda.
Spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
The back and forth between Colby Covington and Paul Felder continues. Covington, known for his polarizing heel persona and vocal support of Donald Trump, has significantly boosted his notoriety within the UFC by openly antagonizing fellow fighters. However, Felder has observed a recent shift in Covington's behavior. He noted a more amicable demeanor in his organic interactions, evidenced by Covington's cordial greeting to former rival Kamaru Usman and Paddy Pimblett's account of a surprisingly positive encounter. Felder thinks Covington isn't who he portrays. For Covington, he thinks Felder is a bum and a punching bag for the UFC.
Close to my heart for a long time, and I was never going to share it, but when you start trying to trash my name in the media and say things about me, what the fuck is a Paul Felder? What the fuck has Paul Felder done? Dennis, I make more money outside the UFC than that guy's made in his whole entire life. Like, the guy's an absolute bum. He's never done anything in the sport. He has no reason to talk shit, especially when he's never been in a main event in his life. The guy's a bum. He's gotten beaten up by everybody. He's literally been a punching bag in the UFC, and he's a self-loathing, drunk asshole. So who gets tied to a freaking porcelain toilet on a military base? You're supposed to be there respecting the troops, respecting the military, but no, you're there being a fucking drunk asshole. Ask Paul Felder about that story. That's a true story.
And Colby Covington has reacted to his former opponent, Leon Edwards' second straight defeat.
I kind of thought that after I fought Leon, the motivation wasn't there anymore. I mean, I could tell in the fight, like, I broke my foot immediately, and he did nothing. He didn't try and come after me. He just, tried to point Coast to a decision. So I could tell after that fight, he just wasn't hungry anymore. He's made too much money. I made him too much money at that press conference. So yeah, I just don't think he's motivated anymore, and he should hang him up.
Ryan Garcia is currently involved in a lawsuit involving Logan Paul, but that won't stop him from potentially seeking out a fight against his brother Jake Paul. The 26-year-old boxer addressed his feelings towards the Paul brothers recently after he previously struck up a friendship with Jake, but then ended up at odds with Logan. The main fallout stemmed from comments Garcia made about Logan's Prime Energy drink company, which led to a defamation lawsuit being filed against the boxer. While that situation still has to be resolved, Garcia says he actually doesn't hold any ill will towards Jake, even if he's embroiled in a legal battle with his brother.
I don't really have an issue with Jake. I had an issue with Logan. As far as Jake,
what was your issue with Logan? If you
Logan, I didn't like that he, at the time, he was calling me he was saying I'm crazy, I'm this, I'm that. When I was talking about, you know, child sex trafficking and trying to raise awareness on it. And I kind of, you know, wilded out on him. And that's where our beef started. Okay. And I said, fuck you, I don't like drinking your drink. I'm not gonna say it right now, because obviously I'm sued. And then that's where that started. That's where the animosity started, and but
spill over into Jake.
No, I don't really have beef with Jake, even to this day. I mean, he might have beef with me.
Would you fight Jake in a professional prize fight?
Why not? You know, I feel like.
Would you give up weight if it came to that?
Of course, you know, of course.
I mean, you have to admit, Jake, right, the event with Mike Tyson, over 100 million people watch, so there's value in
There's value in the fight. We're gonna make a bunch of money.
Right.
You know, he's obviously gonna think he's gonna win.
Yeah, oh, he's definitely gonna think that.
But again, this is what I see, is that he's not as good as he thinks he is in his head.
How long would that fight last?
5 rounds, 4 rounds, because of his weight, maybe.
Right.
But, I mean, he didn't even do anything to Mike Tyson. Yeah. Mike Tyson's 60. He was wobbling on his own self.
Alex Pereira just proposed to his girlfriend in Paris. Instead, Pereira saved his money and bought a Ferrari.
Nice.
Senta aí, meu! Oxi!
Joe Rogan says that Alex Pereira fought Magomed Ancalaev with a broken hand and norovirus. Magomed Ancalaev reacts to rumors that Alex Pereira was injured during their fight and confirms that he was offered a rematch with him in August and has accepted it. Magomed Ancalaev continues to poke fun at Chicken John Jones for not fighting Tom Aspinall. Ancalaev even suggests Jones should come back to light heavyweight to fight him instead.